In our journey of finding freedom, there are only a very few people that we can talk about this because, of course, their path is not the same as ours. And that's completely fine, completely normal. But sometimes we also feel very lonely and we feel like we need that person we can confirm as our confidant. And in that case, when that happened to me, I turned to books. And since the overall theme of this channel is helping you find your freedom and creating the life that you really love, today I'm going to share to you the 5 books that helped me find my freedom, and these books have totally changed my life. So I feel like sharing these to you can also help you change your life. But spoiler alert, if you haven't read any of these books, spare me, because I will be talking about a couple of details about the books that I'll be recommending to you just to give you a gist of what it is and what it looks like so that you can check out these books. But again, it's best if you read them because reading them really is what's going to help you improve your life and help you become a better person. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So the very first one that I'd like to recommend is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek is an optimist and a best-selling author. And to me, it's insane how his stuff just spread all over the place with no digital marketing needed. It's insane to me how one idea can spread through word of mouth, and examine how he's grown as a person ever since his ideas blew up. The very first one was during the TED Talk in 2009. He was talking about the golden circle. You can check the TED Talk of Simon Sinek in that one. I'll see if I can link it in the description below, but that was the very first one. The second one was when he was interviewed by Tom Bilyeu in Quest, now very much well known as Impact Theory. His talk about the millennials just simply exploded, became a viral video kind of thing. And he's always been well known to not have a publicist. He does not have a marketer. So just imagine how his ideas just spread via word of mouth, meaning it's really, really good. So if you are watching this video and you are not sure what your purpose in life is, and you have no clear picture of who you want to be in the next few years, Start With Why is the book for you. Now, this book is not the book that helped me found my why, because I found my why prior to reading this book. But again, when reading it, I was able to discover the stories of a lot of amazing people that used his very own framework and theory called the golden circle. So of course, I'm not going to spoil to you what golden circle is. You have to read it by yourself. But the second book is the one that literally changed my life, which is Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. I remember very well when I was about to resign in my kindergarten teaching job, I was waiting for a bus at the bus stop reading that very same book. And funny enough, the reason why I read that book is because we were required as teachers to have book reports, like I think it was 10 or 15 book reports where we need to write a synopsis of the books that we have read. And that was one of the books that I picked out from the library, created a book report about it. And while I was reading the book exactly, I found this very one line that really pushed me and allowed me or gave me the yes permission to put my first foot at the door of my freelancing journey. And the line simply says, I cannot say that this was exactly the line of the book, but I can of course translate it in my very own words. It says that be ready before your audience does. Even if you create work and you put it out there and no one seems to care, soon your audience is going to come and they'll be ready for it. So that means that when you're putting your work out there, when you are trying to create something, you should not stop just because people are not looking or viewing your stuff. You should continue doing the process until your audience starts popping up. And that for me was insane. That literally changed my life because I thought that creating things has to have an audience. For me to become a good person or a good artist or whatever that is, I have to have people viewing my stuff, which isn't always the case because you'll always be good at what you do, even if you just enjoy the process. The result will always be great. So just a little bit of disclaimer, the title seems to be very misleading. It is called Steal Like an Artist, but it doesn't allow you or give you the permission to steal other artists' work. It does not say anything about it. It just says more about how you should put yourself out there as an artist, or how you should create ideas originally, of course, and make sure that you are seen for who you are as a person with so much authenticity. Now let's proceed to the third book that I really like. This one is such a masterpiece, I would say. This for me really helped me understand what it takes to become a leader, what it takes to become a creator, and what it takes to become a good person in itself. And this book is called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Lorenzo Ruiz. So this book is something that I have to go back to over and over just to understand it, because it's not really easy to adapt these four agreements. It sounds very easy and very simple to adapt these four agreements. That is very much well known to change other people's lives, but to me, there is still a lot of emotional training that I need to undergo so that I can adapt these four agreements and become a better person that I want to be. So this four agreements is going to tell you so much about your emotional self-esteem, and this is very good for people who are struggling emotionally, for people who want to protect their mental health, for people who wants to be free of judgments and criticism. This book is for you. I cannot recommend it enough. It's one of the top favorites out of all the books that I have read. So do not forget Four Agreements by Don Miguel Lorenzo Ruiz. Fourth book that I'd like to recommend, something also that is very close to my heart. This person who wrote this, Dr. Joe Dispenza. So Dr. Joe Dispenza is a neuroscientist and is an expert in epigenetics. I have no idea what I just said, so if you don't know what neuroscience is or what epigenetics are, I have no idea either. But what I am very much sure of is he is bridging the gap of spirituality and science. And apart from me just looking out to a lot of books out there that is being published every single year, Dr. Joe's work has really stood out to me so much, and learning that there is a very similar relationship, and is even very close relationship, between spirituality and science is very appealing to me, because I feel like this would definitely break a lot of people's limiting beliefs. So miracles don't only happen in religion and spirituality, but it is now explained in science, which is what we call quantum physics. Before I forget what the title of the book is, it's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. So this book's had so much knowledge and idea about quantum physics and neuroscience that it will lead you to understanding who you are as a person, how your mind and body operates, and how you can use that to your advantage to probably quit smoking, quit the habits that you have been doing in the past, and essentially become a better person by creating a new state of being. As in, you're going to change yourself as a different or a completely different person. So to the people who are trying to become a better person, the people who are trying to achieve new paths, like the freedom that you're wanting to have, I suggest for you to read Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. All right, last book already in the list. I had to take out my note because I simply forgot what it was, or I wasn't sure if I'm already in the fifth book. But this fifth one is something that I would suggest you read it over and over again, because this is simply confirming the quote that Zig Ziglar has been telling us. Zig Ziglar says that if you help others achieve what they want, you're going to get what you want. And this book exactly confirms that. The book is called Go Giver by Bob Burg and John David Mann. I've always liked the idea of giving and giving more without asking anything in return. So we've always been taught about how we should give more than we receive, but we've forgot to embody that every single day. And to me, when I was freelancing, this is something that I definitely forgot. And being able to know more about that book, being able to understand why it's very important to give and prioritize others' welfare first before your own is something that's going to come back to you 10, 20, 30 folds. This book really gave me that enlightenment. If you want to chase your freedom, freedom comes actually in a lot of costs and sacrifices, right? And you have to be willing to give into that. And one of the things that you have to do if you want to find your freedom is, of course, you help others achieve what they want. And this Go Giver book is definitely right for you. You are going to learn a really good story, a really good parable that up until this day, I can definitely memorize every single person that was mentioned in this story. So this definitely created a trademark for me as a person. This is exactly the reason why I'm recording videos, I'm doing live trainings every single day. It's because of this book. And if you want to do the same, be selflessly of service and give to the people that needs your help, Go Giver book is the one for you. Alrighty, so that is all the 5 books that I'd like to recommend to you so that you can start finding your freedom. I hope that you enjoy reading them. Personally, I am buying them from Amazon. I have a Kindle myself, and I do not simply look for free stuff. So if you're going to ask me, like, is there any way for us to get these books for free, I have no idea how to help you with that, because I actually buy my books on Kindle and I bought a Kindle reader also. So all my books came from Amazon. I barely buy any paperback books now because my house is small, as you can see, and I don't have a lot of spaces for books. So I really want to just put them as an ebook and I can read them over and over again when I need to, when I want to. So I hope this video helped you a lot. I hope that you're going to follow my recommendations, put them on your to be read list. And I'm pretty sure that if you take the lessons that these books give to you and endow to you by heart, then in no time, you are going to find your freedom. So that's all for now. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!